The United States has spent over $8 trillion on its forever wars in Afghanistan and Iraq since 2001, with the average American taxpayer footing a bill of over $25,000 per person. This staggering figure is more than the entire GDP of many countries, and its impact is felt far beyond the battlefields of the Middle East. The consequences of these endless conflicts are staggering, from the over 800,000 civilians killed or injured to the millions displaced and forced to flee their homes. The human cost of these wars is only half the story, as the economic toll is just as devastating. Iraq, once a thriving economy with vast oil reserves, now struggles to provide basic services to its citizens, with over 20% of its population living below the poverty line. In Afghanistan, the opium trade has exploded, with the country now producing over 80% of the world's heroin, fueling addiction and violence worldwide. The global refugee crisis, fueled in part by these conflicts, has left millions stranded in squalid camps, with many more forced to risk their lives in perilous journeys to reach safety. The forever wars have their roots in the aftermath of 9/11, when the United States launched a global war on terror in response to the devastating attacks on its soil. The initial goal was to root out al-Qaeda and its Taliban allies in Afghanistan, but the mission quickly expanded to include regime change in Iraq, and eventually, a broader campaign against extremist groups across the Middle East and North Africa. The wars have been marked by a series of costly mistakes, from the failure to secure Iraq after the fall of Saddam Hussein, to the disastrous attempt to train and equip Syrian rebels, many of whom later defected to extremist groups. As the conflicts have dragged on, the United States has become increasingly entrenched in a cycle of violence, with each new intervention creating more problems than it solves. The rise of ISIS, for example, was a direct consequence of the power vacuum created by the U.S. invasion of Iraq, and the subsequent conflict has left large swaths of the country in ruins. The war in Afghanistan, meanwhile, has become a quagmire, with the Taliban resurgent and the government struggling to maintain control outside of Kabul. The financial cost of these wars is not just a matter of dollars and cents, but also of opportunity cost. The $8 trillion spent on the forever wars could have been invested in infrastructure, education, and healthcare, creating jobs and stimulating economic growth at home. Instead, the money has been squandered on costly weapon systems, corrupt contractors, and failed nation-building projects. The human cost, too, is not just a matter of body counts, but also of the long-term toll on veterans, who often struggle to reintegrate into civilian life, and the families torn apart by deployments and losses. The forever wars have also had a profound impact on the global balance of power, as other nations have begun to fill the vacuum created by U.S. distractedness and decline. China, in particular, has been quick to capitalize on the situation, expanding its influence across the Middle East and North Africa, and investing heavily in infrastructure and energy projects. Russia, too, has sought to reassert its influence, using its military intervention in Syria to gain a foothold in the region, and to demonstrate its willingness to challenge U.S. power. As the forever wars drag on, it is becoming increasingly clear that there is no military solution to the conflicts, and that a new approach is needed. This will require a fundamental shift in U.S. foreign policy, away from a focus on regime change and military intervention, and towards a more nuanced and sustainable approach that prioritizes diplomacy, development, and human rights. It will also require a reckoning with the true costs of the wars, and a commitment to invest in the people and programs that can help to build a more peaceful and prosperous world. The forever wars have changed the world in profound ways, creating a more unstable and interconnected world, where the consequences of U.S. actions are felt from the streets of Kabul to the banks of the Mississippi. As the United States seeks to find its way out of these conflicts, it must confront the reality that its actions have consequences, and that the true cost of the forever wars will be felt for generations to come. The impact of the forever wars will be felt for years to come, shaping the course of global events and influencing the lives of millions of people around the world. As the world moves forward, it is essential to understand the true cost of these conflicts and to work towards a more peaceful and sustainable future. The forever wars may be ending, but their legacy will live on, serving as a reminder of the importance of diplomacy, cooperation, and restraint in international relations. In the end, the forever wars will be remembered as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power, and the importance of prioritizing human life and dignity above all else.